EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Mike 80! Mike 54! Who that? Watch safety 3. Watch kill!
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't.
Ballage. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hey, color. Switch it. Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's third down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Right there. Regular. 54 Mike. Let's go.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Prescott, incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 55 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Balaj. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run here with Balaj. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Hey, here we go. Kill. 55.
On 2nd and 12, Fitzpatrick, and he fires one incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Break line, twist it on. 54 Mike. Twist. Left. Hustle up.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Coming to you.
Jeff, go Jeff. 35.
Feel it. 54. Mike.
Now Fitzpatrick, and this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Intended that time for Cooper. CD with that incompletion. Let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next, and rightly so because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now after the sack, third and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got one.
Third and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Mike, 54. Don't get nervous.
Here's Fitzpatrick under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, first and 10. They run it with Ballage. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On the toss, here's Ballage. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
To throw on third down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott, he's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on error.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Mike 80! Mike 54! Regular! Right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in Week 17.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Dolphins have got it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Check 54. Check right, check right. Regular. Left. Under crunch.
This is Gaskin on the carry. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, color.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
Here we go again.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop him at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Steps away to his left. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Aqib Talib, the corner, with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Completes it to Jason Witten. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Check 55, come on. And it's getting it loose.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They go to Elliott again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that's Elliott. Complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Hey, 20! Check, watch 54. Hey, 5-0.
On first and 10, Fitzpatrick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant. 56 yards. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Prescott now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Prescott now. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Mike 20. Mike 5-4. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Slam, slam. Left. Hey.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Fitzpatrick. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. 57 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Woods with a pick.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's got this down to the 35. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. The tackle is made by Avery Moss. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Well, Prescott here to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack on 1st down, Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Here we go, D. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Wait. Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now Fitzpatrick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
Here we go. Watch the run, watch the run.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.